Well, here we are at Alton Towers. We've just arrived on the monorail, and as you can imagine, there's parking for thousands and thousands of cars. So to get from the car park to the park, you get on the monorail. And so here we are, ready to start our day of adventure. Well, of course, the entire purpose of us being here at Alton Towers here today is to road test all the rides and the facilities. So we've brought our own ready-made family along with us, and they're the Knowleses from Maidenhead. This is Helen. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Will.
OK, tell us what you do normally during the day.
I'm a computer programmer. It's different coming here.
And also a busy mum.
Oh, yes, of course.
And this is Dad. This is Paul. Hi, Paul. Hi, Will. So where are you from originally? Because you've got a bit of an accent, which we'll hear more of later, I'm sure.
Well, I'm definitely from the northeast.
Newcastle.
That's right, yes.
How long have you been down south?
I've been down south since 1978. I've gotten used to the place, and I like it.
OK, now what about the day here today? You're looking forward to it, the white knuckle rides?
Yes, really, it's really much. We're enjoying ourselves, really.
And down here, 5 years old, is Tristan. Hi, Tristan.
Hi.
Now, I know you've been really excited about today, haven't you?
Yes. Yes.
Been climbing the walls.
Yes. And I've been to a hotel.
You've been to a hotel, have you? What do you think your favourite ride's going to be here today at Alton Towers?
The Toyland Tour ride.
The Toyland Tours, because you saw that on telly, didn't you? You're looking forward to that. And right down here, I'm not sure we're going to get many words because she's lost her shoe. It's little Beatrice. She's 1 year old, but she's going to be testing out some of the more toddler facilities. So that's the family Knowles here at Alton Towers here today. So here we are at Alton Towers, and I mean, there's so much to do here that I think we'll start off by looking at this, then this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And this! Oh, no! And this. And this. And there's even a farm. So, Paul, that was the runaway mine train. What do you think of that?
It was great. It was very fast, smooth. It was exhilarating.
What's your favourite bit of that ride, do you reckon?
Well, when we went round the corner, down into the tunnel, and it was really speeded up. It was so fast. Yeah, it was great.
It really plunges you into pitch darkness as you go around that huge right-hander. So that's the runaway train. We're on to something else new now. Okay, well here we are then, coming round on the old rapids here. We're all very, very wet, but I'm very, very pleased to say that the most wet person that we have here is our director, Ian. Yay! Oh, hang on, I'll come round this way. As you can see, Paul is modelling the very latest in Alton Towers ponchos, and what a sight he looks too. We're about to head into the waterfall, and this is the wettest bit of the ride. We'll see you later. I'm standing in the heart of Alton Towers' Forbidden Valley. This is the true centre for all the white knuckle rides. Behind me, the Beast and the Thunder Looper, and to my right, the Nemesis. This is Alton Towers' £10 million investment, and it's hoped to get attendances up by 10% on just this one ride. It goes at 55 miles an hour, it pulls 4G, and your wait list for 4 seconds. I can't wait to have a go. I'll see you after I've had a go.
31 seconds, and we're going for auto sequence start. T-minus 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go now.
So, me, Helen, Paul, we've just come off the Nemesis ride. How are you feeling, Helen? Looking a little pale, I must say.
Well, the legs are a bit shaky, but we did it. We did it.
How was it? I mean, it's so quick, isn't it?
It's really exhilarating. It is very quick, and I wasn't sure whether I was upside down or not.
Because you had your eyes closed, didn't you?
Yes, I must admit. I did have my eyes closed, and once they were closed, it was difficult to open them, but I'd do it again.
OK, now, Paul, what about you? Because you're a man for these white-knuckle rides, aren't you?
It was great. Best ride I think I've ever been on. It wasn't stomach churning, just pure exhilaration.
That's right. I mean, it's no sickness. It just is something, I don't know, indescribable. And they reckon that you're weightless for about 4 seconds. I mean, did you sort of feel that at all?
I'm still weightless now. It was great. Turn after turn, spin after spin. I just didn't think there was going to be more, and there was. It was great.
Well, the Nemesis riders put the attendance here at Alton Towers up by 10%, and we can tell you why. Come and have a go on the Nemesis at Alton Towers. It's brilliant. We've had a very, very exciting morning here at Alton Towers. We've been on a couple of the white-knuckle rides, and just departing from lunch, and something slightly more serene, a little trip off in the cable car. And we've enjoyed a nice lunch. Now, we the crew, we had some sandwiches and just a few cans of Coke and stuff like that. But our family Knowles went off and found themselves lunch. How did you find lunch, Helen?
It was fine. We found a family restaurant, which is in Tower Street, and it was really good value, well cooked, good portions, something to appeal to everybody. Other thing, fairly traditional, but good value.
You're not looking for anything too special on a day out like this, are you?
Definitely not. You don't want anything too exotic if you've got children. Well, not usually anyway.
Sure.
But he's enjoyed it. So.
Okay. Now, what sort of money did you spend, Paul?
It was roughly about £16 for the whole meal. That included a meal for myself, my wife, and also a small meal for the child. Drinks for everybody. It was good.
So, I mean, if you were going out as a family, would you expect to spend that sort of money again, or is that a reasonable amount of money to spend, would you say?
I think that's a reasonable amount, even maybe a very good price. I thought it was good value. Yes.
So we've had a good morning, and I'm loath to ask this because I think I know what your reply is going to be, but what's your favourite part of the day been so far?
I think you must know, it must be Nemesis. It was the best ride of the whole show. I've never been on anything like it, and I'm sure I probably won't unless there's a Nemesis too.
Well, of course, apart from the white-knuckle rides that the park is littered with, there are plenty of family areas, and the Land of Make-Believe, where we're standing now, is one of them. Behind us is Toyland Tours, and this is the brand new attraction in the Land of Make-Believe for 1994. And as I say, it really is a family area. We're just about to go in, and Tristan, I know you've been really looking forward to this, haven't you?
Yes.
What are we looking forward to most of all?
The teddy bears.
Yeah, what about the elephants?
And the flying elephant too. And
Can't think of anything else. Now, Dad is Paul. Now, Paul, we've actually had a lot of fun ourselves this morning on some of the white-knuckle rides, but obviously it's very important to have stuff to entertain the family with.
I think it is. I mean, so many times you go to these parks and they're just for teenagers. The family is the main thing, and I think really more places should cater for that. Right. Hopefully this is going to really do the trick for Tristan, because he's looked forward to it for so long.
Brilliant. I mean, Helen, do you think from what you've seen so far here at Alton Towers that it is a family-orientated park?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, yes, the bit around Nemesis is crowded with a lot of teenagers, but I mean, the other areas, there's loads of places to sit, and there's plenty of things to do for younger children as far as well as what we've seen so far. I mean, Beatrice is raring to go because she's seen a teddy. I mean, we're looking forward to it.
Brilliant. OK, well, we're going to get in the queue and get in the queue for Toyland Tours. Just like Thorpe Park, Alton Towers also boasts its own Safeway farm here, and you can see things like pigs and chickens and cows all over the place. It's really a great opportunity for the kids to come along and touch the baby animals. So Helen, has it been a good day for you?
Brilliant day. Best days out I've had for a long time.
Really? And what's the highlight been for you?
I don't, well, going on Nemesis, I suppose, because I didn't think I'd go on it. But no, to see the children enjoying themselves, especially on the Toyland Tours ride, and the small rides, and the ice show is absolutely wonderful.
Brilliant.
You can do the
Paul, we were speaking about the fact that, you know, the family day out. As we said earlier, you and me have had a lot of fun on some of the white knuckle rides, which are not suitable for children.
What's the white knuckle?
How would you say that the family aspect of the park is?
I think the family aspect, they've got it just about right. The kids have enjoyed themselves from start to finish, as well as the big kids, really, ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think they've hit it right.
So we're looking now at a figure of about £70 for your day out. I mean, is the pleasure you've had out the day, does that qualify to your £70?
Oh, definitely.
I think
well worth
within that,
it.
yes, it was good.
One thing we must mention, of course, is if we went to the second day, we've got the towers for two, and we can pay an extra £5 each, and so for your extra £5, you could come in again for sort of £85 tomorrow.
If you can stay and do it, it is very good.
Yes, definitely. It's a great weekend out, a great weekend. My tip for anybody, family that are coming, try and come in a big family group. And if you can, bring a granny to look after the little ones, then you can go on all the white knuckle rides. And plus, granny only costs $5.50 if she's a senior citizen. And I think that's a really good tip.
So I think from what you're saying that Alton Towers gets the big family thumb up?
Definitely. And also for disabled visitors as well.
And so ends a perfect day out here at Alton Towers. We've had a really fantastic day and it gets our family thumbs up. It's about 2.5 hours drive out of London and it really is worth the effort. So if you can, come along and have a great day out at Alton Towers. We'll see you. Come on, let's go.
Hello, welcome to the Queen Mary Sailing Club here in Ashford. We've come along to their open day, but we've also come along to find out a bit about what you can expect to find should you come along to the reservoir. I'm going to be trying out the windsurfing.
And I'm going to be turning my hand to a little bit of sailing, which I've never done before.
We'll catch up with you later. Colin, you're the Commodore here down at Queen Mary's Sailing Club. What does that actually entail?
Commodore is the title used at a sailing club. It really is a chairman of other clubs, I suppose. Traditionally, sailing clubs use naval ranks to denote the officers. You have a Commodore and Vice Commodore, 2 rear Commodores, and then normal committee. So it just means chairman, really.
So what do you enjoy the most about the sailing club environment?
The main thing I enjoy is the sailing. We've got some really smashing sailing here. And it's a nice, friendly club. We've got good clubhouse facilities where people can come and have dinner or lunch. And all this within distance of London, where you really forget that you're near London, actually, when you're here.
How many members do you actually have here?
At the moment, we've got about 1,200 members. A little bit down after the last couple of years of economic recession, but it's picking up again now. So we're quite a big club, really, one of the biggest dinghy clubs in the country.
Going forward, what sort of projects have you got lined up for this year?
Right, this year we've got quite an exciting range of projects lined up. We've just had 6 new youth boats arrive, which was granted to the RWA region, of which we're part, by the Foundation for Sports and Arts. So they're here for the youngsters to sail. We're just making a major expenditure on upgrading the clubhouse, as one tends to do all the time. New roof, new heating system going in, etc. We've got new rescue boats and that coming along, which of course very important. We've got always professionally manned rescue boats on the water when people are sailing, so we don't get any problems with safety.
This is what I love. I'm able to send Bubba out onto the water now. She has no control over this whatsoever. How are you feeling?
A little
Nervous,
bit
I think. Anyway, I'm going to go and get changed myself, and we'll catch Bubba out in the water in a second.
keep stable so far, and I've conquered my fear of sailing. This is Julian. Julian's teaching me how to sail, and he's a very brave man, I can tell you.
God, here the lady comes us off. How was it?
Oh, I cannot tell you. It was brilliant. It was
God, you look like you're about to wet your knickers. You're so excited.
It was wonderful. I never dreamt it would be so good. It was lovely.
Because to be honest, you were quite apprehensive, weren't you?
I was very frightened to start with, but I really, really enjoyed it. It was so much fun, just sailing it on.
Well, we're going to go and let you get changed and dry, and we'll catch up with you later, or rather, you'll catch up with me later.
We're going to be catching up with you next. Mark, you're Divisional Officer with Weybridge St John's Ambulance Brigade. Now, we're very used to seeing St John's Ambulance out and about at concerts and things, but what do you do with regard to water and water sports?
Well, really, it's most unusual, as you say. There's only 2 divisions in London with a boat, and that's us at Weybridge and Tideway, which do the lower reaches. We do a lot with Queen Mary Sailing Club, and no doubt you know that out on the river you get many rowing clubs and sailing clubs that request our attendance the same as other people. So we go out and play with them as we'd like and just look after them.
So what specifically can you do?
Most of the things we do on land in terms of resuscitation, but we also specialise rescuing people. If they get trapped near a weir, say, we can get them out. So our people have got specialised skills above the normal St John ambulance. They're specialised in rescue techniques. They have to have knowledge of the local water, and of course they've got to be able to swim well, which all of them can.
Anne, you're one of the instructors down here at Queen Mary Sailing Club. You're going to teach me a little bit about windsurfing. How easy is it to master the basics?
It's quite easy. I'll run through them on the board, then you can have a go on the water.
Okay, then.
Quite nice to
Right,
do.
I'm all yours then.
Right, okay, right. The first thing I'll do is go through the components of what.
We've got the rig here.
Yeah.
This is the rig. It's made up of the mast, sail and the boom. And you've got the up pull here. This is what you pull the rig up out to the water with. And this is your board. That's the front of the board. It's more pointed at the front.
The windsurfing area.
And then you've got the centre line, which runs all down the centre of the board. And this is where you keep your weight. Try and keep your weight over the centre of the board.
So that's where you jump onto from out of the water.
Yeah. Right, so you're in the water, put your hands over the centre line, pull yourself up onto the board, knees over the centre line, grasp the up pull for stability, stand up, and then just slowly pull it up out of the water, using your thighs, keeping your back straight. Hand over hand.
Then you take off.
Yeah.
It's worth finding out if I've been paying attention.
Okay, everybody who's taken part in the dragger boat racing, can they please step up in front of the clubhouse?
And my knees bent enough.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, it's different when you've got water underneath you though, isn't it?
Yeah. on RYA standards. Very good.
During the summer, the club is open 7 days a week, with late night sailing until 8 p.m. The rest of the year, the club is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. For general sailing inquiries, phone Queen Mary Sailing Club on 0784 243 219. Courses are organised by Queen Mary Sail Sports for both windsurfing and sailing. Phone 0784 24 8881 for more detailed information on courses.
Here in the tropical rainforest that is southwest London, it's possible on a clear day to spot that rarest of species, the Attenborough davidii. For here at Kew, man and nature live together amongst desert cacti, giant water lilies, under the watchful eye of 1 million visitors every year. It's staggering to think that there are around 3,000 tropical and subtropical species in this conservatory, all grown from seeds collected from expeditions around the world. This is the amazing giant Amazon water lily. It's the largest plant of its type in the world. This one was grown from a seed in February this year. It's got 14 leaves here in the Princess of Wales Conservatory, but in the wild it can grow up to 80 leaves. It's amazing to think that the Victorians used to build special tanks just to grow this plant. There's that old desert saying, water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Well, you certainly can't drink the water in the Princess of Wales Conservatory, but there are 46,000 gallons of it being recycled round here to create these conditions. If they have to drain it down, it takes 2 to 3 days. These glass screens are one of the few concessions Kew makes to the modern world. They're here to protect the delicate carnivorous plants in this part of the conservatory. On a small scale, they represent the greater problem of the struggle between man, his environment, and the forces of nature. The 20-minute-long Thread of Life showpiece is light years ahead of the usual boring old slideshow. Its serious message is delivered with a light touch that befits Kew's 235 years as a storehouse of botanical knowledge. A rich heritage best seen amongst the 6 million specimens in the herbarium, where I caught up with education specialist Laura Ponsonby. Kew essentially is a scientific establishment, and for many people science is boring. So why do you get so many visitors to Kew?
Well, I suppose it's an absolutely wonderful garden, and the actual garden itself is a scientific collection. I mean, now we've got nearly 40,000 plants from all over the world, so it's a real international collection. So you can see things from tropical countries, from subtropical countries, you can see things from the desert, you can see things from countries like our own. So it's an absolutely wonderful collection of plants, and it is very exciting to come and visit here.
What facilities do you have for schools?
Well, we do various things with schools. We take schools round, we do topic days for them, so we do the world of trees, we can do rainforest and body painting, and we do quite a lot of advisory work for teachers. We run actual courses for teachers on how to use Kew, and not only in biology and science, but geography, history, music, maths, religious studies, technology. People are astonished all the different things you can actually use plants for. It's an absolutely fantastic collection.
One of Kew's main aims nowadays, of course, is conservation, and we're surrounded here in the herbarium by pressed flower samples. Surely this is the last thing I'd expect to find.
Well, it's an enormous collection. It's about 6 million different specimens, and they're all arranged in their families. And herbarium was started, in fact, in the time of Sir William Hooker, who was the first director here. He was appointed in the 1840s, early 1840s, and his herbarium started this main herbarium in the 1850s. And it's used to identify plants which are sent to us from all over the world. And it's also used in the compilation of floras. That's the account of vegetation in different parts of the world. And it's really, the scientific name is the starting point for all research. You must have a scientific name. So this is a place where the new names are given, where descriptions are written, and you must have this big collection to know what your plants are. So it is a fantastic collection, and all arranged in families and all round us at the moment.
Kew receives money from the government, not 100% of course. It receives money from foreign governments, from commercial sponsors. Why do you need to charge the public at all?
Well, we do. I mean, we used to be a penny to get in, and I think everybody remembers Kew, and it was a penny. It's actually put on in the First World War as part of the war effort, and then for a little while it was either put on or put off according to what government was in power. And for a long time it was only a penny or threepence, and I know many people remember it in that way. But now that we don't get enough money from the government, we get 80% of our funding. We get a grant in aid from the Treasury, and we do need a lot of money for all our research. And as you know, a great deal of research goes on at Kew. So really, it's a realistic amount now to get into Kew. We're really the same as many gardens. For years, we've been underpriced. And of course, we have so much to offer in the garden. There's nothing more to pay once you're in the gardens. You've got all the lovely greenhouses to look at, all the plants outside. So I think it's, you know, very good value. And we have lots of different categories for senior citizens. All schools getting free of charge with a voucher, the very good season ticket. You can belong to the Friends of Kew. You know, so lots of categories, and so I think really £4 is quite reasonable.
As well as the glass houses and all the greenery there is, there's also this modern visitor centre. There's 4 restaurants on site, but if you fancy it, you could bring your own picnic. If you're a regular visitor, you might like to think about the season ticket. It's well worth it. Even if it's a wet day and you're standing shoulder to shoulder with people in the glass houses, the chances are already you'll be thinking your next visit to Kew is overdue.
Hello, this week we're at Waterlife in West Drayton, where we're sussing out the shark lark. Dr. Peter Rugell, how many sharks have you got in this shark lark?
Well, today we have 2. If you'd asked the same question yesterday morning, I would have said 3.
Why's that?
But unfortunately, our cat shark was devoured by our lemon shark. So we're now down to 2 sharks.
Oh, is that something that happens a lot?
No, fortunately not
Didn't
very
have
often.
12 sharks last week.
No, it's a fairly stable environment. Doesn't happen very often.
Right. What kind of sharks are they?
Well, we have a lemon shark and a nurse shark. They're both from tropical marine waters, both caught in Miami. And they've both been in the aquarium for most of the life of the aquarium, which is about 12 years now.
Mm-hmm.
They're brought in as babies.
Do you not think that they might be a little bit happier if they were in the sea?
No, I don't think so. They have a perfect environment here. We look after them extremely well. We cater for them, and they're not prey to any other sharks. So they'll almost certainly live to a very ripe old age.
Which can be up to, what, 40 years
Typically
old?
30 or 40 years, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Are they quite popular with the public?
Extremely popular. We have a lot of visitors to our aquarium. On a Sunday afternoon, we would have perhaps 200 people in there looking at the shark feeding.
Mark Davis, you're the assistant manager here.
That's correct, yes.
Part of your job is to feed the fish.
That's right, yeah.
Just take us through what you actually do. You kneel down on this bit of plastic and...
Yeah, I have to chop up the fish too. Otherwise they're too large for the shark to take in one go.
Right.
So
What
they
sort
have
of
to be
fish? Are
chopped.
they fish you don't want anymore?
Oh, no, they're whiting, we buy them in. We buy them in large quantities from a fish market, and they're already gutted, etc. They've got the heads and tails on. The sharks still eat them. It all has to be
They're not
chopped
fussy
up.
then?
No, they don't. As long as they get food, they don't care what it is, really. But it's all chopped up, and then it's put in, or chucked in from a distance. Keep your hands out of the water.
They don't jump out and like
Not
dolphins
really.
then?
No, they come up very near the surface, but they don't actually jump out.
Right.
Not yet, anyway.
Right. It looks quite precarious where you're kneeling there. I mean, do you ever feel vulnerable?
Not really, no. No, I feel totally safe.
You've never almost fallen in?
Not yet, no.
And what would happen if you did fall in? Would you get out again?
Yeah, very quick.
Are they like goldfish? Do they forget where they've just been? You know, are they constantly exploring?
Not really. I mean, they know their tank is their sort of like territory. Out in the wild, the sharks mark out their own territories. Although they travel large distances, they've already usually got a territorial area. But no, they're quite happy in there.
Richard Cox, you're the livestock manager here. Come on, then, how often do you change the water?
Well, at least twice a year when it's at its hottest, say from May up to about September time.
You've got quite a lot of water in there, haven't you?
Yeah, 40,000 gallons.
Oh, just 40,000 gallons?
Just.
And that must take a fair while to change then, does it?
No, it doesn't actually. Well, we only change about 10–20% each time.
Right.
And that takes about 15 to 20 minutes to drain down. It's the topping up process and adding new salt, which takes the time.
Your father started this place. How did it all come about?
Well, initially the building started in 1980 and it was completed in, I think, 1981, January of, and it's been going ever since.
Why?
But why? Well, he had a dream when he was teaching out in northern Rhodesia, which is now Zambia. When he was out there, he used to travel hundreds of miles to the coast, and the sight that he saw out there just completely captivated him, and he wanted to reproduce it when he was able, and he has.
There's something very fishy going on around here. If you fancy having a whale of a time, why not try having a lark with a shark? This is Tony O'Rourke for WMtv at Waterlife in West Drayton.
Hi, we're down at the Super Bowl in Maidenhead checking out the latest in virtual reality game technology. It's the latest in entertainment, and unlike video games where you're limited to a flat screen and a joystick, you can actually become involved in a virtual world. It's completely interactive and totally immersive. You are part of this world and you are sort of calling the shots. You've got a 360-degree view of everything. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If you saw the film Lawnmower Man, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, then I think you're just going to have to come down to the Super Bowl in Maidenhead and check it out for yourself. Ben, could you tell us just a little bit more about virtual reality?
Well, virtual reality is it's an upgrade of an amusement machine almost, where you're not actually firing at a TV screen. You feel like you're the person. You feel like you're actually within the game, and it's a 3D effect. So it's that extra dimension. You're not just shooting at a flat screen.
Their transporter hidden within the city is holding thousands of their cyborg warriors.
And you can sort of move around inside of it.
Yeah.
You're controlling everything.
Yeah, that's right. As you've seen from the pictures, when you're actually in the game, you look around a complete landscape. So you can look up, look down, and you can see everything that's around you.
And so how long is it running here? Is this going to be a permanent thing here?
At the moment, we're trialling it for 6 weeks. It's £2 a go. So far, it's proven successful and everybody's enjoyed it. We've had some customer feedback on it.
Yeah, I mean, did you really feel, though, like you were involved and you were sort of totally immersed in all of that?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like
you
that.
sort of, do you think it was confusing at all?
Yeah, I'm pretty confused with the movements going around.
It's cool, though, don't you think? You think it's better than a regular video game?
Definitely.
Yeah? You play it again?
Yeah.
Does anyone think that maybe it's dangerous for children, like they could become addicted to it, or it's just not really the thing they should be doing?
There's been a number of parents who've shown some concern, but none of the scenes are excessively violent. No more violent than a Sega amusement machine at home, for example. Right. But the main feedback is that you can, when you finish the game, feel a little bit disorientated because obviously you've been in another landscape.
Is there a minimum age to play? Or
No, really.
can play?
Anybody can play. The only restriction on it is the height. You have to be as high as the barrier. So if you're a junior, the only restriction is obviously you have to be as tall as the barrier itself.
Going up.
You're making us proud, kid. There ain't much further to go. This might not be such a suicide mission after all.
And so do you think that people find it too expensive, or you think they think it's worth it?
It can seem a little expensive for the first game if you're a junior because you need quite good hand-eye coordination to get far in the game. So the further you get in the game, obviously the more value for money it actually is.
£2, do you think that's too much to spend?
No, not really. Yes, that's a good value.
Good. And so Ben, do you enjoy it? Do you
Yeah,
sort of lurk down here till 4 o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
playing
I do.
yourself and everyone's gone?
It's the only time I get to play it is when all the customers are gone, and I've already been seen at 2 o'clock in the morning playing the game myself.
Spotted.
Yeah.
Gosh. Really breaking some new ground.
Oh yeah,
in Maidenhead
yep,
here.
It's the first one south of the Watford Gap, and we're excited to have it.
Wonderful.